This is the fourth video covering number 4 on the Simplifying Rational Expressions quiz. Once again, by now we should be familiar with what we're supposed to be doing. If you missed number 4, you're supposed to be following along with the solution on your new sheet and writing down the entire solution so that you can compare it to what you did and understand what you did wrong. So, number 4 is the first one where we see some truly exotic factoring. The numerator is a binomial that fits our description for the sum of two perfect cubes. 27 can be written as 3 cubed. So our rule says that if we have a sum of two perfect cubes, that factors into the cube root of the first times the cube root of the second, or a plus b, times a squared minus ab plus b squared. So in this particular case, if we're following that pattern, we have an a value of x and a b value of 3. So this binomial would factor into a plus b, or x plus 3, times a squared, which is x squared, minus a times b, which would be 3x, so minus 3x, plus b squared, which is 9. We don't have to do anything else to this because this trinomial will never be factorable. So our numerator is x plus 3 times x squared minus 3x plus 9. The denominator is significantly less tricky than that. We have a trinomial, 3x squared plus 6x minus 9. We're going to start by factoring out the GCF of 3, which would give us 3 times the quantity x squared plus 2x minus 3, which means we're looking for a pair of numbers that multiplies to negative 3 and adds to positive 2. That would be 3 and negative 1. So just like numbers 1, 2, and 3, since there's no number in front of x squared, no number here inside the parentheses, that factors straight into the two binomials containing these two numbers. So we have 3 times x plus 3 times x minus 1 for our denominator. At this point, we're going to do our excluded values. So again, our excluded values are the values that would cause the denominator to equal 0. So we have two binomials in the denominator. We need to set each binomial equal to 0 and solve for x. So our excluded numbers would be x equals negative 3 and x equals positive 1. So we're not allowed to use those values because those values would cause division by 0. If you do not have those values written down somewhere on the quiz underneath number 4, you lost a point. Now, from there we're moving into the cancel step. So we look to see what we have in common between the top and the bottom of our fraction. The top and the bottom both contain an x plus 3 factor. So x plus 3 would cancel from the top and the bottom. That would leave the trinomial x squared minus 3x plus 9 on top, and a 3 and an x minus 1 on the bottom. That would be our solution. Again, you need to have this entire solution written down if you missed any points on number 4 before I will allow you to check and see if you can earn back your points. On to the next problem.